Okay, so I was on the phone with my mama and I'm back now and I'm just adding a little spot here, trying to remind myself just to relax and enjoy this. Also trying to hold the paper so that it doesn't puddle down here because the hot press, well, you know what? Maybe I just need to leave it and let it dry and see what it looks like, how that hot press does. I think I'm going to bring in some blue down here as well. And I have to keep reminding myself that this is going to look great. It's going to be fine. I'm going to love it. And part of the magic of working as with watercolor is you just have to leave it alone and let it do its thing. I do want to grab just a hint of this red and drop down in here. Maybe a little bit more than I planned, but I like that. And I don't think it's as red as it was, which it doesn't have to be. Crazy bright red. It's still wet there. So in the places where I can see that it's still wet, I'm dropping paint because I know it will keep working its little magic like it does. And I like that. So I'm getting close to, I think, just calling this good. I don't know what that will do since it's mostly dry over here. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of this brownish color. I can't think of that. I think it's tiger's eye. Okay, and I honestly, I think I just need to, I desperately want to add more splashes on there, but I need to be really careful because I'm learning that it doesn't react the same way on hot press paper as it does on cold press. So I'm learning about this paper right here as I go. And I do like it, but there's a learning curve. And I do want some more of those. I really like those blobbies that you get going. Okay, that's not so bad. I kind of, maybe I should just leave it. And I'm trying to see, it's all still, wow, it looks like just this area up here is dry. And it looks like I pretty much still have it wet everywhere else. But now I feel like, yeah, this is the process of working with hot press paper, especially like I'm working with it, holding it here like this. It's kind of funny. It's not normal, but I don't mind this. I don't want it puddling over there. So now I'm frantically moving that. I feel like I have a puddle here where I need something. And my plan is I plan on actually like sketching a fish on here, but maybe that's not what I do. Maybe I will see that there's something else that I need to do. So the colors on the outside of this album are turquoise and red, and there's a brassy color and gray. Trying to think if I were to add in another color, what I just feel like I want to add in a pop of like a gold color just for some brightness. Well, didn't have it enough on my brush there. Let's see. Maybe I need to get it in. There we go. Unless I just wiped it all off. That's such a gorgeous color. And I'm just looking for just a little bit more brightness added to this. Not that it had to have it, but I don't mind it. Maybe I'm at a spot where I should just stop and let it do its work. I want to try and lighten. It's so concentrated down here. I want to try to lighten some of it. And then here I've just got a mesh of nothing happening. So I need to make something happen right there. It needs a bright note. That might have been perfect. Let's go with that. Let's see. I think I just need some more water down here, like this. Just to keep brightening it up, because if I want to sketch anything, or if I want to add any words, I don't want it to be deeply saturated. And if I keep adding water to the same spot, or to a spot, it will keep getting lighter and lighter. And then too, you can always go in and pick some up. Look at that. That's what happens on hot press. So on hot press, it's like when you're working on cold press, like you add that color down there and it dries, and that color's gonna pretty much be on there. If you want it off, you need to like work quick to get it off. But the hot press, you can go over it and you can change all of that wonderful design and stuff that you've done. It just reacts so differently, but it's so smooth. And yeah, it's incredibly smooth, which I enjoy working on. But I'm learning that it definitely, I hate going back over it, because I could just go over this right now and just make it all mud, kind of like what I've done down there. And that is not what I want to do. Just try to drop some light blue in, but you know what? Maybe that's pulling some of that gray that I have on the cover. We could go with that. And then I like the concentration. Stop moving. The concentration of the paint. Like when it starts to dry, and I can really see it. I can really see it along these edges in here. All those little creases that it's getting in there, and all that yumminess. And I would like to say that I'm done, but I'm not. Because, let's see if I can shrink this back down. Well, because of this corner right here, I kind of like, yeah, I probably, but that's how you learn. I mean, you've got to do that stuff to learn how to work with it. I just picked inside front cover. Oh my goodness. The first page you look at when you open the album, that's all. But I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. I can do this. I can do this. I think I might pull out my heat tool and heat set it, just to keep it in place so that it all doesn't turn to mud, because that could break my heart. And I'm just making some of those areas brighter. I like everything else going on, so I think I'm going to just leave it.